Okay, we're going to be solving equations with variables on both sides. We'll start out with 7 plus 3h equals negative 1 minus 5h. So we have an h on both sides of the equation. You know that we want to have the answer to say h equals. So on this problem we're going to have to get the h's together and then we're going to have to isolate the variable. So this is similar to what we do normally. What we want to do is combine like terms. Now, the 3h and the negative 5h are like terms. So let's combine those. So we'll do, and it just depends on your preference where you start, but I like to do this, plus 5h plus 5h, because what you'll notice is that we're going to end up with positive 8h here, and that gives me a positive variable, which is what I want to end up with down here. I want to have positive h. So now let's rewrite our problem. 7 plus 8h equals negative 1. These cancel each other out. Now we've got a regular algebra problem that we're used to working. We want to have the h by itself, so we need to get rid of this 7. This is a positive 7, so we do minus 7 on both sides of the equation. The 7's cancel each other out, and we're left with 8h equals negative 8. We want the 8 in front of the h to go away, so it is currently multiplying, so we're going to divide by 8 on both sides of the equation. And that's going to leave us with h equals negative 1. Okay, so this time we're going to solve one that has the distributive property and equation, the variable on both sides of the equation. So the first thing we're going to do is distribute the 3 to each thing inside the parentheses. So it's going to be 3 times k, which gives us 3k, and 3 times negative 8, which gives us negative 24, equals negative k. And now we're going to do minus 3k on both sides of the equation, minus 3k. That gives us negative 24 equals negative 4k. Now, to get rid of the negative 4 that's in front of the k, we're going to divide by negative 4 because it's the opposite of multiplying. And that leaves us with k equals 6, because the negative 4's cancel each other out, because negative 4 divided by negative 4 gives you 1. And we don't put the 1 in front of the k because it's understood to be there. And negative 24 divided by negative 4, we have two negatives in the problem, so that means that the answer is going to be positive, and we get k equals 6. Now, a word problem. Your science class is doing an experiment, and you start with two plants. Plant A is 5 centimeters tall. Plant B is 8 centimeters tall. Plant A is fertilized and grows 2 centimeters per day, and plant B is not fertilized and grows 1.5 centimeters per day. Predict in how many days will the plants be the same height? So plant A is 5 centimeters tall and grows 2 centimeters per day. And we're going to let x equal a day. Plant B is 8 centimeters tall and is going to grow 1.5 centimeters per day. And it says predict in how many days will the plants be the same height. So that means that plant A that starts out with 5 centimeters and grows 2 centimeters per day is going to be equal to plant B, which starts out at 8 and grows 1.5 per day. Did you hear what we said? We said this is going to be equal to this. So how do we write that? We write 5 plus 2x, which is plant B, that's how big it will be after X number of days, is going to be the same height as plant B, which is 8 plus 1.5 times the number of days tall. Okay? So now we've got our equation. We want to combine like terms. So let's do the x's first. So we do minus 1.5x minus 1.5x. That leaves us with 5 plus 0.5x equals 8, because these cancel each other out. Opposites make 0. Then we do minus 5 on both sides, because the opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. These cancel each other out, and you're left with 0. Let's move this up. Excuse me. Let's move this up some. That gives us 0.5x equals 3, because 8 minus 5 is 3. And then we're multiplying by 0.5, so we're going to divide by 0.5 on both sides of the equation. That leaves us with x equals, and 3 divided by 0.5 gives us 6. Now let's take the information that we know. We know that we've just predicted that after 6 days, when x is 6, that the plants will be the same height. So let's take the information that we know up here in the equation. We start out at 5 centimeters tall, and we grew 2 centimeters per day for 6 days. And that's supposed to be equal to the plant that was 8 centimeters tall and grew 1.5 centimeters per day for 6 days. So let's move this up so we can have room to work. Okay, so let's check our answer. That'd be 5 plus 2 times 6 is 12 equals 8 plus 6 times 1.5 is 9. 5 plus 12 is equal to 17. 8 plus 9 is equal to 17. So that means we worked our problem correctly, and the answer is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.